Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to discuss about alkaline lysis method of plasmid prep. If you are new to this channel, please press the subscribe button and click on the bell icon to get notified. So let's see what are plasmids. Plasmids are double-stranded, circular, extrachromosomal, self-replicating DNA molecules which carry additional genes which helps the bacteria to survive in extreme conditions of stress. So the plasmids are extra chromosomal DNA molecules. They are double-stranded, circular, and they are self-replicating. And the plasmids carry additional genes like antibiotic resistance and other markers or the other genes which helps the bacteria to survive in the extreme conditions. So the plasmid isolation has three basic steps. First, we need the bacterial culture. Second, the culture need to be harvested and lysed. Once the crude lysate is ready, we have to purify the plasmid to remove the unwanted material from the crude lysate. So these are the three basic steps involved in the plasmid isolation step. So first is the growth of bacterial culture. So once we have the plasmid containing bacteria that need to be cultured. So overnight culture of bacterial cells having the plasmid can be used for plasmid extraction or prep. And the volume of bacterial culture used may be depending on the amount of plasmid required. So there can be mini prep, maxi prep and mega prep. So depending on the plasmid required, we have to scale the volume of bacterial culture. And if the plasmid has any antibiotic markers, then suitable antibiotic can be used, which helps in growing only the plasmid containing bacteria. And also it puts some selection pressure on it to prevent the plasmid loss during the replication or multiplication of the bacteria. So first we need the bacterial culture for prep, and the volume of bacterial culture required will depend upon the requirement of plasmid, the quantity of plasmid required, and to help select the bacteria or to prevent the contamination, suitable antibiotic can be used based on the plasmid. So once the bacterial culture is ready, it need to be harvested and lysed for the plasmid to be isolated. Once the culture attains particular OD, that means optical density, typically 0.8 OD is preferred for the plasmid prep. Sometimes overnight culture also been used, and this depends on the amount you have started with, and the bacterial cells can be harvested by centrifugation. Once the required OD is achieved, the bacterial cells can be harvested by centrifugation to get it in the pellet. After the centrifugation, the cells will settle at the bottom, which can be collected and lysed for plasmid extraction. So centrifugation will bring the cells down at the bottom of the centrifuge or whatever tube we are using, centrifuge tube or any other bottles which we are using depending on the size of the size and volume of the culture. So the cells will settle at the bottom. For the lysis, three different buffer solutions are used: solution 1, solution 2 and the solution 3. So solution 1 contains glucose, tris and EDTA, and solution 2 is the alkaline solution which contain sodium hydroxide and SDS, and solution 3 has potassium acetate and acetic acid. So the solution 1 has EDTA in it, which chelates magnesium and calcium ions and thereby destabilizing the membrane. Glucose helps to prevent the osmolarity. The optional use of lysozyme will help in speeding up of the lysis of the cell membrane. And the solution 2 has NaOH. The NaOH is highly alkaline in nature. And the SDS, which is a detergent, anionic detergent, which creates pores on the cell wall and the NaOH helps in loosening the cell wall. The non-supercoiled DNA gets denatured at high pH, and the hydrogen bonding in the DNA molecule is broken down, and the two strands will separate, but the supercoiled plasmid DNA will be intact. So due to the addition of NaOH, the pH of the solution is very high. So at this high pH, the DNA molecules tend to separate and the hydrogen bonds are broken down. Whereas plasmid is supercoiled, so it will remain intact. The solution 3 has potassium acetate and acetic acid. The potassium acetate, when the acidic solution is added, the separated strands reaggregate. So this is a neutralization solution. Reaggregates and forms a tangled mass, and this can be separated by centrifugation, and the insoluble network will get pelleted and the plasmid DNA will be left out in the supernatant. So first we are using the alkaline solution, and then in that stage all the DNA molecules will get broken down and strands get separated, and once the addition of acetate and acetic acid, the pH will come down, and that will creates the reaggregation of the DNA into a tangled mass, and that can be separated by centrifugation. But the plasmid will be in the supernatant. The plasmid from the supernatant can be precipitated out using ethanol or using a spin column, silica based spin column to get the purified plasmid. So this is the overall view of the plasmid prep and the alkaline lysis method. Hope you are clear with this topic. If you like the video, please press the like button and share it with your friends. Thank you.